Thank you for joining me on Project Statistics YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about two-way repeated measures ANOVA in SPSS. Before watching this video on two-way repeated measures in SPSS, I want you to first of all look at the prerequisite videos on the basis of repeated measures ANOVA so that you can understand better on this topic. So in this experiment, we're going to look at two-way repeated measures ANOVA with two within subject factors. Here we have a, a researcher examine investment performance of 10 investors under three market conditions and two asset classes. Here we have two independent variables. For you to perform two-way repeated measures ANOVA, you must have two independent variables, which are market conditions with three levels, and we have asset class with two levels. So our null hypothesis is that the market condition does not have a significant effect on returns. Asset type does not have a significant effect on return, and there is no significant interaction effect between market condition and asset class. So this is a diagrammatic representation of the experiment. As you can see clearly, we have two asset classes here, and inside those classes we have different market conditions inside them. So we have factor one, the market condition, having three levels, and factor two, asset class, having two levels. Our dependent variable is investment returns. So this is the data we are going to use for the experiment. As you can clearly see that our stock, we have three levels of stock. We have bond. We also have three different market conditions for each of the asset classes, which give rise to about 6 repeated measurements for each investor. So I'm going to take you to SPSS. As you can see, our variable is arranged in this way. We have 6 repetitions, and our data is also arranged this way. So to analyze this data, I'm going to go from analyze repeated measures ANOVA. So I'm going to first of all put the market condition, asset class we have 2, and the market condition we have 3 levels. I will define it, then we move these ones inside like that. So I'm going to go to option and describe descriptive statistics, homogeneity of tests, and I'm going to put in the plots. I'll put the asset class in the horizontal and market condition separate line. Add it and continue. So when I run the experiment, I'm going to see this is my statistics, the descriptive statistics, the mean of each of them, and I have I'm interested in the test of within subject effects. So this is where we're going to see how each of the variables affected return. As you can see, asset class under the sphericity assume, we have that the p-value here is 0.000. Since this value is less than 0.05, we're going to reject our null hypothesis. So if we reject null hypothesis, we're going to conclude that asset class had a significant effect on investment returns. Asset class had a significant effect on investment return. Then you go to the market condition under sphericity assume, you also see that the p-value here is less than 0.05, which means we also reject the null hypothesis that there is no significant effect of market condition on asset class, and we conclude that there is a significant effect of market condition on asset class. Now we have the interaction effect. As you can see, market class there is asset class there is market condition here. We see that there are also a significant interaction effect on the return on investment. So we can clearly see that there is a significant interaction effect of asset class and market condition on investment return. Now let's see how the two variables are interacting. From the profile plot here, we see a line graph that shows the interaction between market condition and the asset class. As we can see, the asset class is in the horizontal. We have the stock as number one and bond as number two. And we can clearly see that in the first condition, which is the pre-crisis condition, we experience a very high returns in the pre-crisis condition, as you can see in the so our returns were higher in the pre-crisis condition, followed by the post-crisis condition, and the lowest during the crisis period. And in those two, we discover that our stock is always higher than the bonds. So as you can see here, that during the um, during the pre-crisis period, during the pre-crisis, we are always having a higher stock during the pre-crisis period more than what we have in the bond. So you can see clearly how these two conditions are interacting and how they are affecting the market condition.